Hey there! Welcome to Life Noggin. By now you've probably all seen solar panels gracing the rooftops of nearby homes. These clean energy alternatives convert sunlight into electricity that can be used to power your electronics, like the one you're using to watch this video. However, hindrances like the atmosphere and nighttime has led many people to ask the question, what if we put solar panels in space? But before we get into that, let's briefly talk about solar panels in general. Simply put, they consist of multiple photovoltaic cells that are usually made of silicone. And when photons of light strike these cells, they can give some electrons enough energy to escape from the silicone atom. From here, due to the clever design of the cell, these loose electrons can flow in the same direction, giving us an electric current and conveniently giving me life. Shout out to electricity. Nowadays, many photovoltaic cells are able to absorb a range of wavelengths, from the blue to near infrared. But some of the lower energy infrared photons aren't able to knock any electrons out. So a good portion of the sun's radiation can't be harnessed by silicone-based photovoltaic cells. And on top of that, some of the incoming radiation from the sun is reflected back into space by the clouds, atmospheric particles, or bright surfaces on the ground. And even more is absorbed in the atmosphere by things like water vapor and the ozone. So, since we want these panels to make use of as much of the sun's radiation as possible, and the atmosphere is preventing that from happening, why not just put the panels somewhere without an atmosphere? You know, somewhere like space, specifically in a geosynchronous orbit, about 35,000 kilometers above the Earth, where its orbital period matches the Earth's rotational period. And the solar satellites that may potentially go here are pretty wacky looking. For example, this is SPS Alpha, which consists of a bell-shaped arrangement of mirrors that reflects the sunlight onto the photovoltaic cells. And this is a design by researchers at JAXA, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, which also uses mirrors. And for both of these designs, the photons have to get converted to electricity by the cells, and then the electricity would be converted into microwaves, which would get beamed down to some receivers on Earth, and then it would get converted back to electricity. That's a lot of conversions, which aren't 100% efficient. So even though the solar panels would be able to access some more of the sun's radiation, the extra conversions can lessen the benefit. And that's not even to mention the cost of developing, building, and sending these satellites into space. Some estimate that this could cost billions of dollars. That said, if launch costs could come down, and if inexpensive solar panels could utilize more of the sun's radiation, space-based solar panels may one day be financially plausible. For now, it might be a better bet to just place more solar panels on the ground and improve on them instead. Are solar panels in space a good idea to you? Would you consider getting solar panels for where you live? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy Life Noggin, then you're probably gonna like my good friend Trace Dominguez. He has a YouTube channel where he looks at how the world works through the lens of science and history. Check out his latest series, where he explores how the television business got so big.
Time started HBO as a way to run movies over cable, and it communicates not via radio waves, but it uses microwaves to connect point to point across the United States. So not everybody had HBO just because they had cable. You had to pay for it.
My name is Blacko. This has been Life Noggin. Don't forget to keep on thinking.